What's up, buttercups? This is Ocean's Moonlit Pathways, and I'm Miss MJ XOXO. This reading starts off as a world reading, and then it goes into a United States of America reading and what we could expect in the upcoming future. But before I start this reading, here's my disclaimer. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say in this reading is alleged. My readings are subject to interpretation, and they should not be taken as absolute. So what is the current energy around the world? What is the current energy around the world, please? What is the current energy around the world? It's a lot of heartbreak going on. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are sad. They're heartbroken. Some people feel alienated. There's going to be some new beginnings, new business opportunities. There's going to be like a lot of new entrepreneurs popping up and doing things. We have to remain hopeful. We have to remain creative and imaginative. I think there may even be an increase in childbirth. But the government, man, they're real strategic. They really are strategic in... And it even reminds me of the Illuminati, right, with the colors. But they're really strategic in how they control the people in the things that they do. They really sit down and they strategize on how to control the people around the world. So each government in each country, Spirit wants us to keep pushing forward, you know, keep driving, keep going, keep thriving, no matter what. You know, we have to support and love each other and really be there for each other through these difficult times. I feel like there's something happening. There's going to be different things happening around the world where people are in other countries, like if something happens in one country, like a natural disaster or something of that nature, there are people in other countries, towns or cities sending well wishes and love. Look, earthquakes, it's going to be a lot of natural disasters. It's going to be a lot of chaos and upheaval coming up. It's going to be a lot of disruption, from hurricanes to earthquakes to volcanoes erupting, fires. It's just like the world is the world is going in a sadness, loss, grief. A lot of people are grieving. It's going to be a lot of death. God bless, because it's so we need to speak up as the people. I also get the energy of like pollution, like we're polluting the air, and as the people we need to start standing up and speaking up against, you know, the volatile things. People are going to really receive support, relief for some of the things that are going on. Maybe some people will be getting stimulus packages or gifts or some forms of support. It's going to be a lot of death. But even in these moments of death, it's transformation for some, transitioning for some, change for some, a rebirth for others. It's the end of a cycle coming up in the world right now. The world needs love. We need healing. We need unity. We need peace. It's going to be a lot of people that's like thinking back. Maybe people who suffered loss. They're going to be thinking back on the things that they lost. They're going to be thinking back on the people that they miss. Yeah, I see packages are going to be delivered. Like a lot of care packages are going to be delivered around the world. And I also get the fiery energy. Look at those hearts in the background, those green hearts. So I feel like there's like people will receive love, but I also get the energy of broken hearts. But I see that people will be receiving a lot of love. Energy around the world, please. What is the current energy around the world? What do we need to brace ourselves for around the world? What is the energy? The energy around the world, please. Things that we will see in the near future around the world. So a lot of strong winds, a lot of violent storms. We said that. Upheaval and disruption. I said that. A lot of families feuding over land. So there's going to be issues with land. Maybe because of all these natural disasters, people are not going to be able to really have the documents to prove where their land is, or if that is their land or not. And I feel like a lot of families are going to be feuding between each other and with governments over their lands. And it's a lot of debt. We could be going into a recession if we're not already in one. The world is facing some parts of the world is facing serious debt. People have made bad investments, and the governments had made failed deals that did not work out. Look, the governments are squandering the tax dollars on their personal needs, on things like prostitution, purchasing properties, traveling, gambling. You know, some people are putting money towards beauty products and expensive goods. They're buying homes and stuff. Like I said, a lot of people will be receiving financial relief. So there will be some form of financial relief or support. But the water in certain places is going to be toxic. Maybe I shouldn't have done a world reading and really made it specific to a specific country or city. And I'll do that. I used to do those type of readings, but I stopped because they weren't getting views. But for some people, be careful with the water. It's going to be toxic drinking water. I'm hearing people are going to have to like boil their water. Pollution. We saw the air pollution because of like a lot of fires. New York dealt with that recently because of the fires. In Canada, the air pollution is terrible. So there's going to be pollution around the world, not even just with the air, but just pollution in the waters, you know, on land, everywhere. Oh, this is going to be a real cold winter for some of us. For some of us, like New Yorkers who deal with winter months, it's going to be real cold this winter. It's going to be freezing. A lot of people are going to start getting a divorce. The divorce rate is going to increase. And, you know, some governments pander to their citizens, but they really don't care. Duh. There are certain citizens who do celebrate their government. There is a government in some country that cares about their citizens. So let me divert this and try to focus on specific countries. So the energy around the United States, the upcoming energy around the United States, what do we need to prepare for in the United States of America? The upcoming energy around the United States, what do we need to prepare for in America? Woo! In the near future. What do we need to prepare for in America in the near future? Let's see what the cards tell us. In the United States of America, our cries go unheard. Hello. It's going to be an increase in prostitution and sex work. It's a lot of places in America where the education system is poor. Look, racist practices that harm people of color, especially black and brown citizens. You see what's happening in Florida. We're going to have record-breaking temperatures. I know the summer probably was crazy, so we probably dealt with a lot of record-breaking temperatures. For the hot months, I know some of the places that are normally hot are even more hot, and in the cold months, like I said, it's going to be freezing. And finally, you know, New York, we have that migrant crisis going on, and I feel like they're about to decide to close the borders. So, or they have closed the borders. We might get a Republican president next, or the Republicans want to close the borders or have closed the borders in the past, but our next president may be Republican, and they may want to close the borders next. Oh no, this is American history, but okay. I hope they don't bring that back, but it could exist with all this human trafficking and things like that going on around the world. It's possible. Voting crimes, voter suppression, we know about that. That was a big thing, even with the Trump election. Global warming is affecting the United States. Hopefully, we'll get some aid. Maybe this is related to people who have dealt with the hurricanes and stuff like that. Maybe the people in Hawaii, people in Los Angeles, California. Not Los Angeles, but people in California who dealt with that. Was it a hurricane or a flood or something recently? A lot of hate crimes in America, yes. And we are in a recession, or we will be experiencing one very soon. So please be prepared. An increase in white-collar crimes. That's probably why we're going to be in a recession. Some people will see increased income. Some people, there will be more money invested in the economy. Some of us will see a salary increase, and they may even increase the minimum wage. Let's hope so. Freezing rain, hail, cold weather. Like I said, this winter is going to be crazy for some of us. It's going to be more attacks against the Jewish people. God bless and God forbid. Cross-border transactions, gender wage gaps in the United States, and the citizens are feeling hopeless. There's going to be a lot of price gouging when tourists come to America, especially when you go to areas like Times Square, abusing citizens and tourists with high prices. So we may see an increase in prices in the very near future. There could be violence against foreigners. Like I said, there has been an increase in migrants. So I pray, you know, that they don't harm the migrants, but because of that increase, I get the energy that there may be some violence against them. It's not safe to travel, live if you are from Africa or the USA. So God forbid there could be violence against Africans. Our economy is supposed to be growing, but I don't know. They're going to be doing more waterfront property developments. I feel like they have done a lot of that in the recent time. But we're becoming more modern. We're growing and we're developing as a city. We're already pretty modern. There's an increase in alcohol and substance abuse. I'll be needing my drink too sometimes. And there's a high unemployment rate. The citizens don't have purchasing power. There's an increase in debt. There's diminished employee morale. We remember I feel like it was the migration with employees after the pandemic. A lot of people left their jobs. The economy's output reduced. So, there's going to be an increase in cosmetic surgery and medical tourism. I don't know if that's related to maybe people will be flying in to go to Miami. Or maybe a lot of people from the United States will be leaving the United States to get cosmetic. I actually heard about that. I heard about people in California driving to Mexico for medical care because it's cheaper in Mexico to get just general medical care. So that's quite interesting. And look, yeah, I live in the hood, y'all. Poor infrastructure, isolated or rural communities, little access to electricity, water, roads, and reliable transportation. I don't experience any of that, but I'm sure there's probably a lot of places in the United States like that. And we might experience one of these. We might experience an earthquake. I don't think I've heard of any earthquakes in the U.S. this year recently, but it's going to be some shakeups. We're going to feel backstabbed and betrayed, and it's going to be a lot of destruction. And this is definitely America. Social injustice, employment discrimination, religious discrimination, homophobia, gender equality, economic inequality, racial inequality. That is very, 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 very America KKK. I think I'm going to end it there. Let me see how we could feel. Let's see if I could get feelings out of some of the cards, if it would make sense. If it makes sense to me, I'll keep going. If it doesn't make sense, then I'll stop. How will the American citizens feel in the upcoming future? What are some of the feelings we're going to be dealing with in the upcoming future? What are some of the feelings American citizens, U.S. citizens, are going to be dealing with in the upcoming future? We might end up leaving. I feel like there may be a mass migration for a lot of us. A lot of us are going to want to get the hell up out of the United States. We want to avoid this country at all costs, block them from our memories, and just push them away. A lot of us are going to be trying to be hopeful. We're going to try to be strong through whatever situations we're put through. There's a lot of people that have higher expectations, like they expect more from their government, but they're having faith and they're leaning on their faith. I'm hearing people are manifesting. A lot of people are running away, but then I also feel like the government is ghosting us and disappearing on us. They're invisible. Like, what are they doing for us? We don't see anything, just like a ghost. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be trying to leave the United States. Am I holding this upside down? Obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction. Some people really, really love where they're from and they're obsessed with it. I get the energy of like the pride, like the pride and like the Proud Boys I'm hearing. Like the people who are really like, what do you call them? Patriots is the energy I'm getting. Like those people who are really like about their American flag and veterans and, you know, those type of people that drive trucks. But America is repeated patterns. Yes, we keep seeing the same. Nothing's changing. And we're experiencing karmic lessons right now in the world. And look, it's going to be a lot of emotional storms in this country, a lot of turmoil, a lot of instability. And a lot of people are going to be affected by these things. We feel abandoned. We feel left out. And like, look, a lot of people are going to leave this country. And it's going to be cold again. It's going to be freezing in the winter. But a lot of people are walking away from the United States because they just feel left out. A lot of people are going to find some type of awareness. I'm also getting the energy of spirituality. I feel like a lot of people are going to start leaning on spirituality because of the things that we're going through in this world right now. A lot of people are becoming aware and they're awakening. I feel like people are going to be building awareness, especially this young generation. I feel like they're going to be extremely impactful in change because they understand the importance of certain things. They understand the value of certain things. So I feel like even in situations related to race, sexuality, a lot of this younger generation, they are deep and they really pay, like, because of TikTok and the things you see, they are aware of a lot of the things. They are able to spread the awareness in ways that we were not able to during my times of growing up. So I see change, but even with the change, it's going to be a lot of pain. We need to be careful, you guys. We need to be apprehensive about certain things that we do, but we also don't need to be like completely afraid. We cannot let fear drive us, you know, but there is going to be some forms of fear coming up. A lot of people are going to feel some pain. We're going to be wanting to be cautious and apprehensive about certain things. And wow, I'm praying for the United States. God bless us and just get us through all the drama and the mess. Oh Lord. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, click the link in the description box below. Let this world heal. Let America heal. Happy healing, everyone. God bless.